Thank you for visiting our channel. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and also to share. Reason behind Senator Akpabio's withdrawal from the sexual harassment allegation presidential panel. That's what is in the news today. In a report by Daily Independent, the controversy surrounding the sexual harassment allegation made by Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has taken a new twist following reports that Senate President Godswill Akpabio has withdrawn from the presidential panel established to investigate the matter. The decision has sparked renewed debates about the credibility and future of the investigation, which has already been under intense public scrutiny. The matter was revealed during a broadcast of Politics Today on Channels Television, further elevating its visibility in the national discourse. The panel, created by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on April 2, 2025, was tasked with probing the allegations thoroughly and impartially, chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima. The panel also includes the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and the Attorney General of the Federation. Each senator involved in the case was permitted to nominate a representative, a move designed to ensure balanced participation and accountability during the inquiry. The panel's creation was welcome initially, as it appeared to signal a commitment to justice and transparency from the federal government. However, Akpabio's withdrawal has cast a shadow over those intentions. According to sources, the Senate president stepped down due to alleged undue interference from the executive and his perceived lack of faith in the panel's neutrality. The dispute between Akpabio and Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan has been a long-standing one, escalating dramatically when the female senator publicly accused Akpabio of sexual harassment. In a controversial move, the Senate responded by suspending Akpoti-Uduaghan, a decision that provoked widespread criticism. The suspension was framed as temporary, pending the outcome of the panel's findings, but it was seen by many as a tactic to suppress her voice. Civil society organizations and human rights advocates quickly condemned the suspension, arguing that it signaled institutional bias and a disregard for due process. They called on the government to ensure the protection of whistleblowers and victims of sexual misconduct, especially when allegations involve high-ranking officials. The recent withdrawal of Akpabio has now intensified calls for transparency and fairness. With the Senate president out of the process, uncertainty looms over the future of the investigation. Questions are being raised about whether the panel can proceed effectively and maintain public confidence. The spotlight is now on the presidency and the remaining panel members to either reaffirm the panel's credibility or consider restructuring it in order to preserve the integrity of the investigation and address the public's growing concerns. The case between the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and Senator representing Kogi Central, Senator Apoti Uduaghan Natasha, has taken a new turn now, involving the presidency or the executive arms of government setting up a panel in order to look into the matter. And the panel comprises of so many groups of people that makes it a neutral constitution such that there's going to be equality, there's going to be transparency, there's going to be fairness and justice. But be it as it may, one of the party in the matter, the person of the Senate president, has decided to withdraw even from this panel, probably attending or giving his full cooperation. And this reason is not far-fetched. He feels that there is an unnecessary, being unneutral or taking side, or as it were, suspicion even of the executive hands of government about involvement even in the situation going on in the legislative arm on government. And then the Senate president has decided to just withdraw. Not forgetting that when the panel was set up, the public is also fully interested because they want to see that fairness is given the order of the day and justice is also done, and then it is not swept under the carpet because of the fact that the person involved is a high ranking official of the government of Nigeria today, but this time in the legislative arm of government. And also is going to serve as an avenue to make sure that the protection of whistleblowers is permanently established, especially when the cases involve, of course, high profile individuals in the country, especially that of those who are happen to be high ranking, government official. And this is very, very important because the man is accused of sexual harassment, which might eventually, if it's still true and is being charged to court, it will eventually lead to him going to court for some period of time based on the new, rule given by the Constitution of Nigeria now. With the Senate president out of the process, of course, uncertainty looms over the future of the investigation, and questions are being raised whether the panel can process or they can proceed effectively and maintain public confidence, which is very, very important. And as a result of that, now that the legislative arm in court now is out of the issue, the spotlight is on the presidency, the executive arm of government, to maintain their neutrality and to make sure that fairness and transparency is still the order of the day so that the people, the whole nation, can see the matter to a logical conclusion and be able to, draw their own inferences as regards the matter. And one of the reasons that the Senate president also withdrew from the matter is the fact that it's become unnecessarily a public discourse, like some of it were, discussed in a national television channels TV, and I think the necessary privacy that the Senate president might feel he will enjoy is no more there because all eyes are on the panel, and then the public's concern is growing, which is a particular issue on the shoulder of the presidency to make sure that nothing is shrouded in secrecy and let Nigerians know what really transpired. Keep Continue to visit our channel to receive the update about the matter. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe and share.